So back at the start of the year, we visited one of the coolest neighbourhoods in the world, just round the coast from here at Margate. But now the Independent has reported that Folkestone is now even cooler than Margate, and even Muddy Stilettos describes this as one of the coolest seaside gems. So is Folkestone now the coolest seaside town in Britain? Let's go find out. We are more than ready for a day in a cool town though, because I'm wearing this really cool baseball cap from our friends the Happy Human Adventurers, this sweet tea, and then Josh is rocking his Jurassic World backpack.
Hell
and we've both got our shades on as well.
But first, coffee.
And breakfast, I'm starving.
And that.
Is there anywhere better to find something to eat and drink than the Creative Quarter? Now this is actually Folkestone's old high street that is now lined with quirky independent little retailers and restaurants, but the bad news is we've got to walk uphill to get the coffee.
It was meant to not do any hills today.
Sorry, I mean it's only a little one, look. It's a pretty one.
It's an okay one.
So we have just been into Steep Street Coffee, a really quirky little coffee shop where the walls are just lined with books. Even our table number was a little book.
You could even write on the table with chalk. Now that is cool.
And on display they had a little miniature of the coffee shop that was made by the Folkestone miniaturist as well, which was really cool. But that coffee, that iced latte that we both had,
was good. It was, so normally when you have a latte, sometimes they make it really weak. This was very strong.
probably one of the best we've had, I would say.
Good for a morning coffee.
And then of course we got ourselves something to eat. I went for a bagel with salami, cheese and gherkins, which was a little bit different, but really nice.
It even came with a salad.
It did.
Mine didn't.
Salad for breakfast.
And I just went for the basic. I went for a croissant with ham, cheese, melted, delicious.
And the best thing about it is the prices weren't really that different to anywhere else, so you don't even pay a premium for being surrounded by so much knowledge. Now this is probably one of our favourite parts of Folkestone, the famous zigzag path, but the reason we love it so much, one, the view is pretty cool, but also it always smells of curry.
It always smells of curry. Mind you, when you're up there, you can smell a lot of other things, but this is the main part.
There's curry plants everywhere, but luckily today when we're doing this, we've just eaten, so it's not making us hungry. We also love that when you get down to the bottom of the zigzag path, there's all these little tunnels and like caves, which make it a little bit kind of mysterious and a little bit eerie, and on a warm day, significantly cooler.
I'm just hoping to find a
chocolate bar?
What are they called? A caveman.
Oh, why?
I don't know. It'd be fun.
Okay. Apparently I'm not good enough.
Just to prove that they're actually spending some money on Folkestone, they've just built some brand new toilets just as you come down to where we're actually heading, and they were actually really nice.
We all know how important that is to Josh.
The only problem is they're light censored, so if you're in the park, you've got a problem. And by that I mean you have to do like a little dance if you're going for a wee or for a poo.
It's the poopy dance.
Or it's the wee dance, you know, something like that, I don't know.
Oh look, we have set foot on the beach, officially on the beach. Going for a dip?
So now do I strip to my boxers and go in the water?
If you really want to.
No, I'm wearing white, I don't think that'd be appropriate.
Now something that Folkestone is known for is all of its public art displays, like these really uniquely painted beach huts all the way along the promenade. But this has to be the king of beach huts. Look at that, how cool is that? It's like some secret bank vault or something.
It's strange.
But I like it.
I like it. It reminds me of the Toothsome Chocolate Factory in Orlando.
I don't think there's any chocolate inside.
I hope so. I want some chocky.
Funny you mentioned chocolate though. I don't know why, but those beach huts there remind me of ice cream. No idea why.
They remind me of, you know that penguin that goes down, that little ride? The little ride, it's like a little game.
Yeah, I know what you mean, the little game with the penguins.
Yeah. It goes down and down and down.
So I went for ice cream.
Same thing.
Is it too cold for an ice cream? Is it?
No, we had an ice cream. Where was we? Hastings. We had an ice cream on the beach.
Middle of winter. Oh yeah, it's never too cold for ice cream. Well, there's plenty of people braving the sea if you did fancy it.
I really want to.
Go on then. I'm not stopping you.
I can't.
You just have to go home commando.
If it was a nudist beach, I would.
Funny you should say that. Okay, so fun fact for you, you're going to love this.
Yep.
How many times have we walked this promenade?
Loads.
So behind those rocks over there,
Yep.
they form like a little mermaid's tail shape, and there's a tiny little bit of pebbles on the other side of those rocks there.
Yep.
Nudist beach.
What, down in that tiny little bit?
Yep.
Let's go.
Also, if you can hear the sea behind us, it is actually pretty intense down this little tiny bit. It's really, well, it actually makes it look a little bit stormy with the grey sky, but it's really no wind at all.
There's none, not at all.
So this is the clothing optional bit. You can see the rocks go off there, and there's a little bay just the other side. We were just saying though, there's no signs to say that it's clothing optional.
What if,
bit of a shock.
if you was there, like, you know, strutting your stuff, everything hanging loose, and then someone comes over with a family, like, ooh. Morning, madam. Nice to see you.
Careful of those birds. There's also another one of those public art installations down here. These beach huts are actually made out of crazy golf courses. Only issue is, there's a hole in one.
It's terrible.
We say this every time we come down to Folkestone, but we love the look of these new seafront apartments. They look amazing. Look at those balconies, and apparently, according to this sign, show home launching soon. Hope you've been saving.
I've been saving, but not that much.
Now we've done quite a bit of walking so far today, so we've just stopped by the Pilot Beach Bar, which is a really unique little bar right on the beach itself. You can sit in any of your choice of seating options, from normal tables and chairs to beach deck chairs to even old waltzer cars from the fairground that used to be here, or if you really want to, even an old bumper car. All of that with a nice view across the beach and out to the sea. That is so quirky. I think we've just unlocked our new favourite place in Folkestone.
Definitely. Something so simple like that draws people in, and I love that.
But now we're just coming up to walk along the harbour arm, and it's a little bit breezy.
It's a little bit breezy. I don't want to mess the air up.
Oh, blimey, what a tart.
I'm joking.
Is not. Now we can't come to the Folkestone Harbour Arm and not walk down into the depths to go and see our mate, the Iron Man.
Some people thought this man was me in one photo.
Yeah, we posted a picture on Instagram and somebody thought Josh had taken all his clothes off and posed. You'll see in a second, resemblance is uncanny. So as you can see, the resemblance to Josh is uncanny. Now, it's fun fact, there's actually 100 of these scattered across the UK. We've actually seen some others on our travels, including one all the way up in Edinburgh earlier in the year when we were there.
have, and they weren't even planned. They were just on our travels.
Yeah, we've just seen them.
What have
We know where there's another one of those.
3 or 4?
I think we've seen 3 or 4 in different places. I feel like there might be one in Chester as well. Also creepy down here is the walkway above us is like see-through. So every now and then you can just see people walk above it. There's actually people up here now, which is kind of creepy. And Josh just saw a camera poke down there. Oh, there's a bug on my leg. Ooh. Let's go. I know the seagulls are getting bigger, but that's ridiculous. So we've just come into the Goods Yard, which is like an outdoor collection of street food vendors and quirky little independent retailers. Found ourselves Pork & Co. Oh, we love a Pork & Co. And we've just had some mac and cheese topped with pulled pork, which was absolutely delicious. And then one of Josh's favourites.
Oh, chicken tenders.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, chicken tenders with blue cheese.
Oh, blue cheese dip. The blue cheese dip definitely made it. But don't make the mistake that we did, because there's a bit that's got like a giant screen and everything. We sat down in there and it's absolutely rammed. There's this other bit out the back where there's a few street food places and a coffee place as well. And there are so many tables and chairs out here. Nice out in the sun, nice and peaceful. Could have sat around here. What are we thinking?
I don't know why we crammed ourselves in there. The atmosphere's great, but this is nice.
They're all sat in there watching the cricket on a big screen. How British is that? Definitely not us. We should have come up this end. So
yeah.
We've made the mistake so you don't have to. Maybe if we can't afford one of those nice new apartments on the seafront, we can afford that little pink floating house in the harbour.
Possibly. It's probably a shell with nothing in it.
We'd probably need a boat though to get out there as well.
No, we'll wait till the tide goes out.
Oh yeah, can you imagine on a windy night as well though?
Oh, that narrow boat.
That'd be like the canal boat we stayed on. Well, the tide's definitely gone out since we've arrived because the Sunny Sands beach has now been revealed and it's actually quite busy.
The people have woken up and they've all come out.
They've got the sand today, not so much the sunny bit, but it's fine, it'll do, it's warm.
We did say we would rather go to the other beach anyway. Cause
yeah, it's nicer up there.
it's nicer.
The clothing optional one. Well, Folkestone definitely is a cool place and it is on our cool list. Is it the coolest seaside resort in Britain? We'll leave that up to you. But click here and join us at what is definitely the UK's coolest city. We'll see you over there in Bristol.
Bye. I'm knackered.